Good morning, good morning. All right, we just got the Able to Move video, boom, pumped out. And I figured, you know, since we're into the groovebox scene, why not? Why not talk about probably one of the greatest groovebox samplers, standalone synthesizer, sequencer of all time that gets not a lot of love. And I mean, they took all their internals and open sourced it and allowing all third-party developers to improve this thing, which is like next level insane. And what we're going to be talking about is the, forgive my pronunciation, the Synthstrom Deluge or Deluge. I like calling it Deluge. Comes off the tongue a little easier. The Deluge. Synthstrom Deluge. That's how I'm saying it. So if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it is, it is. But again, one of my great friends, probably one of my best friends on the whole entire world, Wolfman Love. Way back before I was really even into synthesizers, I was exploring and perusing because I was just a fan. I liked reading about this stuff and watching videos on it. And I saw the Synthstrom Deluge, and he was like, man, I'm looking to get something. I was like, bro, man, check this out. I don't got the money to get this thing, but you should check this out because it's pretty cool. And what's up, Hayes Anderson? I was like, this is pretty cool, man. So he went and got it, and dude, he's been telling me to get it ever since. That's how much he loves it, right? So it's a very cool thing. So today, I guess, figure we just chill, have a little bit of coffee. I'm gonna try to relax this morning. People got me amped up last Oscillators and Percolators. I want to try and chill it back out, man. I'm a relaxed dude. I'm a relaxed dude with a positive attitude, okay? And that's what I want to try to keep flowing. So, we'll see if anyone else pops in the chat. Here's just me and you, Hayes, now, man. How's your morning going? Until we get a couple more people in here. If you Hayes, let me know if that music is right on target, right on key. I'm going to turn up my little speaker here a little bit so I can monitor it and check it out. We got some chill vibes going today. I'm using Soundstripe for all the music. I got a little account on Soundstripe that I use for all the royalty-free music. Yeah, just having a coffee, man. Have you checked out the Synthstrom Deluge? We're gonna check it out today. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of looking around before I go to work. I got my nighttime blue blockers on. Feeling good, man. Feeling fresh. Weekend's coming. I got a friend coming down from my friend from Newfoundland's coming. He lives in BC, and he's gonna be coming down for Friday and Saturday. So I'm gonna pick him up Friday afternoon. We're gonna go crank a few brewskis, chill out, bring him back to the crib. Probably have a fire in the backyard. You know, reminisce, talk. Me and him, actually, when I went to Korea, spent some time in South Korea. I was over there for about 10, 11 years. And I gathered up a whole crew from Newfoundland and got them over there. I got my buddy Chainsaw over there. I got Blender over there. And I got my broski over there. And man, we had a bunch of Newfoundlanders over there, and it was a real good time. And we all made some good money, had some good times, and got to explore the world. And we went over there, and it was, if anybody's interested in how you can do something like that, hit me up in an email. Because it's easy peasy. And it was, I met my wife over there. She's American. So we met in 2011. I was about to leave. I won't get into the details and everything, but you know, we kind of hit it off, and she was like, you want to maybe stick around? I was like, I'll stick around, see how this goes. Stuck around. Here we are, baby. How many years later is that? 12, 13 years later. We got married in 2018, man. It's she's my best friend. She's beautiful. She's a ride or die, rough rider, and she got my back through thick and thin, and I got hers. And I feel very grateful and humbled to have someone like that in my life. Anyway, enough with the deal. Cool deal. Congrats on what? Pyramid doesn't have a synthesizer. Nah, it's Squarp. That's the thing. Deluge is crazy. Let's get into it. Hazy, man. Me and you, man. I think I post too many videos, so sometimes my streams don't pop up. But let's roll. We'll get over to the main screen here. All right. So here's the Deluge site, Synthstrom. Now, powerful, robust synthesizer, sampler, sequencer, and a portable package. I don't think it's got a built-in speaker, but correct me if I'm wrong, we might find it in a sec. Deluge is our flagship product, 3 years in the making. It's an all-in-one, standalone, portable synthesizer. Oh yeah, thanks, yeah. Portable synthesizer, sequencer, sampler designed for creation, performance, improvising electronic musics. It comes in at a cool $13.99. I don't think that that's too bad for what you get, right? A lot of people just, when they thought about the Deluge, they just thought it was, like you just said, like a squarp, a sequencer, but it's not. It's full of synthesizers. It's got great sounds. Are they the best sounds? I don't know, but the beautiful thing about this is you can sample and import all these different kinds of sounds from all these instruments that people have sampled all over the world, and you can make them bang. You can get it going just right. So, order today, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to look at that. We want to check the specs out. All right, here's the features of the Synthstrom Deluge. Now, this is jam friggin' packed. All right, full featured internal synthesizer engine, subtractive wavetable, and FM. Polyphony limited only by CPU. What's up, crazy rabbit? Yeah, Deluge is, yeah, it's not a scam. The Deluge, yeah, you know what? If anything's not a scam, the Deluge isn't a scam. This thing gives you, I don't know, it's crazy deep. And Crazy Rabbit, I know what you're saying, my buddy, man. It takes a while. It took me and him sitting down, going FaceTime back and forth, trying to figure it out. He'd be like, man, how do I even use this thing? Now with the new OLED display, they took the Predator screen off, put into OLED display, which makes things a lot more easy to navigate, or a lot easier to navigate. All right, so we got up to 64 synth voices can play simultaneously. Absolutely insane. We got parameter automation recording, full MPE support for connecting MIDI controllers. MPE expression can control almost all parameters. So if you think about that, if you're like one of these Echo babies and you got an Osmos Expressive E and you want to play the synth engines in your Deluge, MIDI that puppy right in, and well, bam, now you got an absolute beast. Yeah, the OLED screen, and man, the cool thing about the OLED screen is if you had an old Synthstrom, you could send it to them. They'd switch the screen right out for you and give it to you for a discount before they sold the new ones. So I thought that was a cool thing to do. My buddy did it, got it back, loves it. All right, so arpeggiator, dedicated volume tempo knobs, LFO envelopes on each synth. Sample highly customizable modulation matrix. Synthesizer engine features low pass, high pass, FM, portamento, oscillator sync, ring modulation. Yeah, you can use it as a looper too, man. Record it right in if you want to be a loop daddy. 4 basic waveforms, obviously. 2 analog modeled waveforms. And select any wave file from the SD card. 12 decibel octave, 24 decibel filters. Optional filter drive modes. It got tons of effects. I don't know what the effects are like on this, but I think it's always getting better and better. We've got delay, reverb, chorus, flanger, phaser, bit crutcher, sidechain effect, live stutter, which some people like that stutter. Keyboard mode, where the pads become a live instrument on a 2D grid. Preset custom scales, chromatic mode, live processing of audio input, including polyphonic pitch shifting according to sequence notes. Cool. I want more control over the mix. Crazy Rabbit, the ability to record your jam on this device is on point. Yep, you guys got it, man. All right, so we got the sequencer. We got a piano roll style sequencer with 128 full RGB pads, 16:8, scrolling and zooming. I mean, this thing is totally crazy. When my buddy's showing it to me, the Wolfman, he's like, look at this, and he's zooming in, he's zooming out, he's scrolling. And to me, I don't know how to use it, right? So I'm like, dude, this looks way too intense for me. He's like, yeah, man, but when you get into the flow with this thing, it's just the ultimate sketch pad. All right, what else we got? Arranger view, sequencer instrument parts into long compositions, work audio clips similar to a DAW. It's basically a DAW in a box. Sequencing limited only by RAM. You can sequence over 2 million notes. Is that music like too loud? Turn it down a little bit. Here we go. This is live TV, man. We're adjusting on the fly to your needs. All right, CC control, sequencing all 16 MIDI channels. You got simultaneous output, separate sequencers to all 16 MIDI channels, 2 CV gate channels, 2 additional gate outputs, in addition to the internal synthesizers. MPE support, we just talked about that. Probability and iteration-based step, no conditions, undo redo functions, advanced syncing capabilities, non-standard time signatures supported, horizontal pattern shift, note nudge, note repeat. Then we moved on to the sampler. As you can see, man, this thing is absolute magic box. Yeah, and you got the community, like you said, just crazy rap. Like you said, you got the community doing all open source, man. So they're letting all the third-party people out there have a good time. And just because so many people wanted so many things. I think my buddy wanted a sustain pedal feature, and Deluge didn't have time. They're a small company, or Synthstrom, so they just open sourced it, man. Now people are putting in so many cool things. You can go check the list of all the things they're developing. All right, go down to music. Thanks, bro. All right. Sampler streams all samples directly from an SD card without limitations. Up to 90 unaffected sample voices may play simultaneously. Do I have to repeat that? Multi-sampling, fast folder import, automatic pitch detection, time stretching, pitch shifting, high quality sample interpolation and rate conversion via 16-point window sync, waveform view on the main pad, scrolling, zooming, loop. Same filters, modulation matrix, and FX as synth engines. So just look, man, you import all those samples, you got all the synth engines and all the modulation and effects as you do on the synths for all your samples. It's cool. Resampling slicer feature. We go to audio clips and looping. You got a live looping of audio and instrument MIDI clips, including easy overdubbing, layering, automatic tempo setting. Audio clip live looping includes options to record, audio margins, blah, 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 blah. Connectivity. 2 line in outputs, quarter jack, 3.5 headphone output. You got a mic input, quarter jack, built-in microphone. Oh, it's got a built-in microphone. Sweet, yeah, for sampling in, cool. What's up, Banana Rodder? If you're just joining us, man, we're covering the Synthstrom Deluge. We're just getting into the specs here now, right? We're on to the connectivity, but this thing is jam-packed. And dimensions, weighs in at 1.5K. So if you want to do a little workout in the morning with it, do a few curls, go for it. Here's some photos. Let's check out what this beauty looks like up close and personal. I gotta tell you, man, it's one of the coolest looking synthesizers. My buddy always says when people come over and he's got that laying around because he's been messing around with it, he goes, people are like, man, what is that thing? And he's like, you got no damn idea what this thing is. Let me show you. He turns it on, jacks it into the big Boss speakers or Bose speakers, cranks it. People are like, whoa, lights are flashing. It's a crazy looking little piece of kit. It's a DAW in a box, baby. It's more than that. Yeah, I guess it's a DAW in a box. Look at the screen too, man. They got a nice screen on it. We're just scrolling through some pics here from some ooh. Come with a nice little bag if you want a bag. Coming in at 1,400 buckaroos. What else we got down here? Downloads. You got the new firmware, old firmware, factory cards, blah, 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 blah. You got Deluge community. And you got a bunch of Deluge shirt down here. Reviews, no reviews. But anyways, here she is. $13.99. 1,400 bucks. I think for 1,400 bucks, to be honest with you, it's worth it. If you ask me, I won't get it because I don't need it. But I think it's worth it. And if you don't mind digging in, this is really like if you're good at video games and you're good at like problem solving and and it's like a musical a Rubik's Cube. It's crazy. So let's check out some videos, right? We got BoBeats. Let's see what BoBeats is saying for his first time with the Deluge, shall we? Shout out to old BoBeats. Beautiful man with beautiful hair, beautiful accent. One of the OGs in the synth community. If you don't know, I'm sure everybody knows him. But one of the cool things I like to do, and you guys should go try sometime too, is pull up all these old G synth dudes and go to their videos and click oldest and watch their come up. Watch their first video, watch their 10th video, watch their 50th video, and just like click through a bunch and just watch their evolution. It's really cool to watch. I do it with every channel I go to. I always hit oldest and I go through some of the old videos. Sometimes people started with jamming. Sometimes people started with just, their cell phone in their kitchen. I think that was BoBeats' first videos in his kitchen or something on his kitchen table. Very cool. And then to see him now, man, new house, new life, new studio, beautiful wife. Think he's got a wife. Think he's got a wife, yeah. A beautiful partner. I think he's got a wife. Let's check this out.
Welcome to another BoBeats video, and this one has been long in the making. These are my first stumbling steps with the Deluge from...
And this is a video pre-new screens. This got the old Predator screen on it, like the Behringer Pro 800.
Synthstrom, and what a device this is. So in today's video, I'm gonna play you a couple of demos that I made kind of on the first day that I got this, and then I'm making some music from scratch with it, purely from a beginner's point of view. I really haven't had enough time to say much about it other than that, wow, it's
4 years ago, man, a flash from the past.
It's quite the device, quite an interesting groove box, probably one of the best out there at the moment. So without further ado, here are some demos, kind of first day demos that I did with the Deluge.
See it, baby. And listen, it sounds good too, man. The synths in there and the sounds are always getting better. It always sounds good. So what my buddy does sometimes, before we go a little further, my buddy takes, my buddy's name is Wolfman Love. He takes this here, he sketches out an idea, he brings it back into his studio, he MIDIs it out to all of his gear, he runs his tracks that he set up, and then he runs these MIDI sequences into his other gear, he layers them on top, and suddenly now, just from sitting down with the Deluge a little bit on the couch in the evening or lying in bed, or if he's on vacation somewhere, he comes back, he sets it back up, puts it into his MIDI through box, whacks it out, and then separates the channels. And now he's got this absolutely insane track booming. It's cool. Frigate, maybe I'll get this. Got a cool little flow, right? I don't know. I've never really listened to many of BoBeats' kind of music, if he makes any kind of music and stuff like that. But when I look at BoBeats and I hear this track, I'm like, that kind of seems like a BoBeats style song. It matches his personality, his accent, his voice. It's very chill. Let's see if he gets into any workflow type stuff.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from it.
All right, we'll just give you a pass there until that finishes up. Let's jump on over. Now I got this one here, the Synthstrom Deluge track from scratch. Now this is very interesting. This cat, Easy Tiger, I'm subscribed. I just liked it. You guys go over and like and subscribe too. Man, this guy's got... Some people you just see and you're like, wow, the dude's video editing's amazing. He's got the sound on point. So let's just watch his video, give him a little shout out here. This is it's a longer video. We probably won't watch the whole thing, but I just want to demonstrate the workflow of the Deluge here, and this guy does the best job.
Hi, today I'm going to make something from scratch on the Deluge, and I'll start right away with this synth clip. I'll initialize it though. I'll hold shift and press synth.
Shift press synth. So this got a lot of shift press this, that, the other stuff. So you gotta memorize a whole lot of things. You gotta overlay for it and stuff too. And this is obviously pre-new screen with the older screen.
Get this fresh untainted square wave. I'll filter it a bit and add a bit of release. And this already sounds quite inspiring to me, so I will see if I can come up with a nice melody here. And I'm just gonna enter something into the sequencer and play it back. Sounds dark, but I like it. I'm just gonna see what I can build.
I like
around
it too.
this. Next, I'll make a new kit clip, and I'm just gonna go with this default 808 kit, and I'll add some kick drums. And for this last guy, I'll decrease the probability so I get a little bit of variation here. Next, I'm gonna make a bass. I'm gonna make a new synth here as well, and this time I wanna add some pulse width modulation to this square. So I'm holding an audition pad, I'll press the
RSKT, good demo channel for Deluge. All right, I'll check him out too.
shortcut for pulse width and then LFO, and I'll increase the depth of the LFO. So now LFO2 is modulating the pulse width. Yeah, that's the sound I was looking for. And now I'm just trying to...
Again, I think a lot of people saw the Deluge, and it's weird because, man, nobody was even really covering the open source news that came out and following that, and not a lot of people covered Deluge, and I'm wondering if it's because Synthstrom doesn't send out a lot of synths to people, which is sad, and that's why I want to cover it today, because we had a call-in show last night, and an amazing caller, DigiBaby, was like, man, check out the Deluge. Don't go sleeping on Deluge. I was like, all right, I got some time tomorrow morning. Let me just make oscillators and percolators.
Find a bass line that works with my melody sequence. And now I think I've got something that I like. I'm gonna add a bit of envelope modulation to the cutoff frequency so I get a bit more attack. Next, I'm gonna add some more stuff to my beat here, which is until now just a kick drum. I'm thinking I want to do something with noise here, so this open hi-hat I'm most likely not going to use, so I'll load a noise sample into here. I've got a folder with a bunch of water samples on.
Yeah, and Banana Rodder, it has infinity sequencer, brother. Infinity. It can go forever. I don't even think there's a friggin' limit on how many steps. It's infinity steps. It's nuts. Yeah, let's keep watching this Deluge, man, because it gets better and better and better. And then with the new screen and stuff and the open
Here
source.
somewhere. And there it is.
Get one.
Creeks and rivers and that kind of stuff. And I'm browsing until I find one that I like. This one I kind of like. It's pretty smooth in comparison to the others. So I'll pick this one. I'll adjust the envelope a bit. I'll dial back the sustain. And I'll make the decay shorter for more of a percussive hit, but then I want to bring back a little bit of sustain so I can still have a sustained note. And then I'll just enter one long note. Ooh. Maybe on the back beat instead of the first beat. I'll dial back the volume of oscillator 1 a little bit because samples tend to be a bit louder than the generated waveform, so that's often a good idea to bring back their volume a little bit.
I'm telling you, brother, this thing is super powerful.
And I'll filter it and I'll add some LFO modulation. And then I'll sync it to the tempo and I'll sync it to 16th notes.
And like I said, that's the old screen. So look over here, they got a new screen on it right here. See the new screen? They got an OLED screen now. So we don't have that old Predator screen, what makes it way easier to navigate. I wish I could get a better picture, hold on, of the big screen. Hold on here. Right? And compared to the Predator screen, which you got to memorize a lot of stuff. So let's keep going.
Now I forgot to dial up the LFO depth, so I'm doing that here. And it's in sync now, but I want to change the shape of the LFO. I want to set it to a sawtooth, but the sawtooth here goes from down to up, and I want a ramp down shape. So in order to achieve this, I have to set the LFO depth to a negative value. So now I got my ramp down shape. I'm going to add another trigger on the second backbeat here. And then I'll add some envelope modulation on the filter. The idea here is to kind of have swells, so I'll dial up the attack on both the amp envelope and on the filter envelope. On the filter even a bit more. Now I want to see what happens.
Easy Tiger is rolling, man. This guy knows the Deluge inside and out. I love it. I might sell all my gear and get a Deluge. That's it.
Happens when I use the sidechain modulation source on the cutoff frequency.
Sidechain.
I like this. I think it really adds to the groove of the whole thing.
Me too.
Next, I'll use the snare that's already in the kit, but I'll pitch it up and I'll add another layer of backbeats, or maybe only the second one. I'll add a bit of reverb to this.
I gotta get the backbeat.
Or a lot of reverb.
Oh yeah. Woo.
And then I'll add some more snares, but with the probability dialed back and the velocity as well. So they have more of an ornamental character.
Triple the price of the MPCUs though. But this is, man, and like I said, it looks confusing, but I think once you get into the flow of this thing, man, look how quick you can whip stuff up real easy, and with the new screen.
Here as well,
Is it a beat?
going pretty low with the probabilities.
Oh,
And the velocity as well. Now I'll switch back to the melody sequence, and I'm gonna see if I
this
can
is
make this
amazing.
sound a bit more
I
interesting.
love this stuff.
I'll layer this.
Everybody go over to Crazy Tiger and subscribe. I do not like sample chopping on Deluge. I prefer the wave visualization versus step pads. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know much. I'm not into the sample game, so I don't know much about samples and everything. I'm just starting to learn. Like I said, I haven't got rid of that MPC yet. One of the dudes, for some reason, he's very deep into game of life, if you know what I mean, and he told me to hold on to that MPC for some reason. So I don't know if there's something on it that I'm gonna be using later for something.
With a sample for Oscillator 2, so I'll hit browse for Oscillator 2, and then I'll pick a sample.
MPC's in the bedroom.
I'll go with this cheap sounding one. I'll open the filter a bit so I can actually hear the sample. Doesn't make a huge difference, but maybe it adds a little bit of a character.
I feel like the MPC is just kind of grown to a part of me now, you know? It's like, I hated on it so bad and it stuck around. And for some reason, I didn't sell it. I don't know why. It's because I'm too lazy to go to the post office or what. I don't know. I'm not lazy, but I don't like doing things. So sometimes my wife says something like that. I'm like, it's not that I'm lazy, baby. I just don't like doing it.
Adding some delay here. Now, even the best of sequences, when they're just one bar long and keep repeating over and over, get annoying pretty quickly. So I'll make a copy of this, and I'll make a second version with a bit more variation.
Sweet.
And probably also a bit longer in length this time. And then I'll just start deleting some notes, adding some notes, changing some notes. But I think it's always a good idea to start with an existing pattern, to not introduce something completely new. I really like to have more and less dense versions of the same thing within a track. I think it makes it a lot easier to develop a piece of music over a longer period of time and still have a element that ties the whole thing together. So here I've got a 2-bar pattern now, but I'm going to duplicate the whole thing yet again, which you do by holding Shift and pressing the left-right scroll button. This duplicates your pattern and appends it onto the already existing pattern. So I've got a 4-bar pattern now.
Percussion.
So of course, I'm going to make some changes to bars.
Let's go to percussion.
Next, I want to add...
When you
come
write,
on.
you're
Stupid ads. Let me jump back to Bo, see if Bo's ready to go. Let's jump over here, check this cat out. All right, we got Will Witchcraft. Will's Witchcraft. Subscribe, like. Let's see what Will's saying about this. Was videos from 8 months ago, I think, after the new update. Let's see what he's got to say about this.
Mark II. I didn't even know it was coming out. All these incredible new features, so much more powerful. It's like the old Deluge on steroids, and it is worth every penny. MIDI MPE support. Euclidean sequencing. Sequences that play in different directions like backward, forward, ping pong. Wavetables. More powerful effects. Vastly improved modulation matrix, and the ability to automate so many parameters from a whole bunch of different sources. Okay, I'm completely full of shit. There's no Deluge Mark II. Something better. The Deluge is getting better by the week, almost by the day. It's the Deluge we already own. For those of you who don't know, about 6 months ago, back in like the summer of 2023, Synthstrom decided to go open source.
What a sweet wall he's got behind there. Look at the texture in that. I got to get something like that.
To allow individuals to do their own programming customization of the Deluge. That group of community users has started to create all sorts of new features, and they make them available through the Synthstrom website for free for everybody. Amazing. Every week, they seem to be coming up with new features. So all sorts of people all over the world are coming up with an idea. It's like, I want to do like a stereo chorus, because they didn't have one before. I want to do improved digital
get a demo,
delay.
baby. Cool, very cool. I like this style of music. Isn't that amazing?
Here's another new sound that's full of radical changes to the sound over time.
Come on, man. Yeah, you always got to take it slow, man. Just take it slow. That's what my buddy said too. He's like, with the Deluge, man, just take it easy. Don't jump in the deep end. Just wade yourself into the water. Yeah. Yeah, man. Ooh. The bit crush. So as you can see, man, this is a powerful little beauty. This is the Synthstrom Deluge. Like I said, man, if you want to go pick it up, you're looking at a cool 1,400 bones for the brand new one. It's packed to the jack, and I think it's cool. If I had the cash laying around, I'd get it and try it. But to be honest, I kind of just want to get into flow, and I'm not really wanting to learn anything new at the minute. I got enough stuff to learn. What's up, DJ Wojtek? I got to take off now, though, man. This is a quick one this morning. Just a little half-hour hitter. I think we hit a 30-minute mark, did we? Yeah, man, 35 minutes. If you just got here, rewind, watch from the beginning. We just covered the whole Synthstrom Deluge. It's deep, it's insane, it's powerful, it's got amazing drums. To be honest, I'd like to know what people think. MPC versus Deluge. They're two different machines. MPC obviously got the screen, but this here, man, I think has got the power. And the fact that they opened everything up to third party and let the people develop it themselves, come up with different ways to improve it, open source it, is awesome. And they got customers for life. If you're a Deluge customer, you're a customer for life, because they also got amazing customer service. Very, very cool company. All right, so I got to cruise. You guys take it easy, man. That's the Synthstrom Deluge. We also had the Ableton Live come out this morning, or the Ableton Move. Check it out. I just dropped a video on that earlier. And if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. And that's it, baby. And that's all. Synthstrom Deluge, oscillators and percolators. Enjoy your morning at work. Shoo, shoo.